Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, the Kayla B, and we are totally back with a tech sales video. And in this video, I really want to address the stigmas, the pros, the cons of tech sales in 2024. I feel like over the past 2 years, there's been a lot of misinformation on the internet. As you guys know, I did a really great video explaining just what tech sales was, but more so, I think right now what I really want to specifically dive into in this video is how has the landscape changed in 2024? If this is a career you're looking to break into, what are the pros? What are the cons? What should you be aware of when you are making this transition online? Guys, as you know, I just hit my 7 years. I'm currently in enterprise sales. I've been selling software for over 7 years. Top performer at almost every single company, and I currently work at the biggest tech company in the world. So I think that I'm pretty solid when it comes to giving this advice, and I just really want to address a lot of misconceptions that there may be right now around tech sales in 2024, the pros, the cons, and then we'll move into my advice for people really looking to make this transition and some of the things you should definitely be aware of as you make this journey. So let's go ahead and start off. I feel like right now there's a big misunderstanding on the effort that it takes for people to break into this industry. What's required, the education, the knowledge. I think that there's been this positioning on TikTok and Instagram. Tons of people, if you just go on YouTube and type in tech sales, you have all these quick win videos. Sign up for this boot camp, sign up for this course and join. And people are just sharing that, oh, I just broke in, oh, I just got this job. But people aren't really, one, doing their homework, going on their LinkedIn, assessing and evaluating the skills that is necessary to make this transition. And I personally feel like if I was making a life-changing decision, I'm talking about leaving one job and going to the next, switching industries, really putting my all, my time, my effort, and my money into getting a new job in the tech sales industry, there are things that I would want to be aware of. So that's why I'm here today to kind of go ahead and give you those things. So I think that most people's idea of tech sales right now is I just need to buy a course and I just need to start applying to jobs and I'll be great. But a lot of things that are missing from that process and a lot of courses on the market today are, one, there's not mentorship around the development of an individual who may not have been in a corporate space, may not have interacted with C-suite executives in the past or called on specific types of businesses. So I think there's a real big career development aspect that's missing. People are extremely unprofessional from the messages I get on LinkedIn, the verbiage that they're using, the way they set up their LinkedIn profiles. They don't have a scope of understanding what do I need to do from a career development perspective. So those are things like, is my resume professionally written? Have I been somebody who's actually went to interview prep to know how to interview for a job in a corporate industry and in the technology industry? Do I utilize technology verbiage? Do I understand the sales cycle? And most of all, I think the biggest misconception is they don't need to really know technology, right? So most of these boot camps, what I've come to realize are specifically just teaching people, here's the tools that you use in this job, here's what you need to do, and just go into the interview and tell people that. But what really makes candidates stand out is more so being able to articulate sales methodologies, understand complex solution selling cycles around technology, as well as the technology itself. If you are somebody who really can't break technology down into layman terms, be able to express that to a business owner, understand the business challenges that they have and how to solve their problems, unfortunately, I'm here to tell you, you're probably not going to succeed in these roles. And that's another thing I want to say. Just because you see people making videos on YouTube saying, oh, I broke in, check back in 3 months and 6 months. Are they actually hitting their numbers? Are they actually making commissions? If you notice, if you go on YouTube, tons of those people who put out, oh, I'm in tech sales, 6 months later make a TikTok saying, this is so hard, this is not what I expected, right? So we don't want to set ourselves up for failure. And I believe the biggest way that you can be successful if you're making this journey is to be prepared, to have the proper career development and mentorship. And we're going to dive into why mentorship is so effective in this transition, especially if you have never worked in the technology field or you've never worked in tech and you're looking for a non-traditional way to break into the technology industry through a non-technical route. The reality is, guys, 99% of people are not going to make this transition unless they have the skills and development that is necessary to make the transition. Another stigma I want to put out there. A lot of people think that once you go through a boot camp and you get a certificate, you're now certified. There's a big difference between a certificate of completion and a certificate that states that you are certified to do something. And that's a really big stigma. A lot of people feel like, oh, I just got on LinkedIn, I completed a tech sales course, and now I'm qualified for the role. Unfortunately, you're not qualified just because you completed a boot camp. What makes you a qualified candidate is understanding how to position the value of a solution to a business who is in need for that role. It's also about, can you understand how to qualify opportunities? Do you understand how to manage a territory in sales? There's so many aspects to this journey that I want to really highlight, because I feel like I'm to the point where I get so many messages, and it's absolutely alarming and concerning how many people are going through these boot camps without the proper understanding and knowledge. They're investing their time and their money without having a true understanding of what it really takes. And then they're getting frustrated on the back end saying, hey, I can't get a job. Right? There's tons of people, just the same way you go online and you see people who say, oh, I broke in overnight. There's tons of people who have been applying for 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. And I've mentored these people and I've coached them, and they're frustrated. They're highly discouraged at this point, thinking it's not for them, whereas I'm positioning, and what I help them to realize is it's not that you're not qualified for the role. It's not that you're not a candidate. You have not set yourself up with the proper strategy for success. You have not taken the proper steps that are necessary to break into this industry. So let's go ahead and move into the pros and cons of tech sales in 2024. So here are some of the pros. In 2024, February, which is this month that I'm currently recording this video, ZipRecruiter just put out that the average pay for an average SDR or BDR in the United States is about $72K per year. You have to think there are not many jobs that you can make $70,000, $80,000 a year and potentially earn commissions on top of that when you are not educated in a certain space, when you haven't gotten a college degree in that space, right? So when we think about the barrier of entry into tech sales, it is relatively low. You really just need sales or technology understanding and experience, and the ability, a conversation where you're able to position your value to an employer on why you'll be able to drive bottom line business, bring them revenue into their organization, and you'll be able to get the job, which is much lower of a barrier than many other roles in technology. So we have a really great entry-level salary as a pro. You have the ability to work remote. You also have job growth opportunities. What do I mean by that? Let's say that you break into technology sales. You have now positioned yourself to break into the technology industry. That means that you have the ability to be very agile as you decide what your career trajectory looks like, the different types of roles that you're interested in getting in technology, as well as the ability to really choose what that career looks like. Maybe you want to do coding. Maybe you want to break into data and AI. Maybe you want to go into cybersecurity. Having that footprint in technology allows you to land and expand your career in many different ways. You also do not need a college degree, which is a major plus. Four-year universities have a very high cost. Most people are coming out with debt. So having the ability to get through a simple program and have the career enablement added to that boot camp or that mentorship program that you go to definitely helps you to really not go to college and be able to land one of these jobs. You have the ability to break into technology without knowing any type of technology prior. I do recommend, to be successful in the role, you do educate yourself on technology concepts, learn how technology affects business models and how businesses operate to really stand out in your interviews and be able to really hit quota or go above, which is where you start to make the big bucks. So now let's move into the cons, right? There are always cons, and I think that that's where I'm at. I think that a lot of people are only focusing on the pros, but what I really want to highlight are some of the cons that I feel like come with deciding to make a transition into tech sales in 2024. So the number one con that I think is a lot of people think this transition is easy. I'm here to let you know that anything that you want in life that's worth having is not going to be easy. You have to know, do you have the time? Do you have the space? And do you have the capacity to learn new skills, educate yourself, and put yourself in position to make this transition? So common things that you may think about: maybe you have young kids, maybe you have a lot going on in life, you may only be able to dedicate, let's say, 1 hour a day. So naturally, you have to understand, maybe if I can only dedicate 1 hour a day to this transition, it might take me 6 months because I'm up against other things that I'm juggling in my life. Whereas somebody who may not have a job, is chilling, you might be able to make this transition within a few weeks, right? So understanding our time management is a really big thing, and the commitment that we can offer to the transition really will dictate how easy this transition is. But I really want people to get it out their head that it's easy, and I would say that it is a transition that's going to take time, and there will be work that's put into developing your career skills, developing your interview skills, maybe doing things like role playing, having mock interviews, mock sales calls, really getting deep mentorship to be set up for success in the future as you move through these roles. Another con that I feel like is that a lot of people are making this transition, and right now people don't have technology understanding. If you don't understand major concepts such as SaaS, cloud, infrastructures, networks, security, AI, if these things are foreign to you, those are the products that you're going to be selling. And I feel like it's super imperative to be a salesperson. You definitely have to understand, I am a product expert, I am an advisor to clients, and the only way that I can advise people and help them strategize or understand how to fix business challenges with technology in their changing ecosystems in their business is to be really well versed in technology concepts, really well versed in sales strategies that help you uncover those challenges in businesses, as well as how to tie that together and have a conversation where you're not confusing somebody and helping them to understand how these things add value to their business, save them costs, et cetera, et cetera. And then I think just overall, one of the things that I don't think people evaluate, and that is really a con on the market right now, is that everyone has to evaluate whether you're a fit or not for this role, right? Sales is a very demanding space. I wouldn't say it's cutthroat, but I would say there are metrics that you have to hit. And if you're not hitting those metrics, the odds that you will keep that job, it's probably not going to be well. The odds that you also will make tons of money is also going to be jeopardized in that space. So I think that it's really important for us to just kind of be real about what the expectations are as we make these transitions, as well as what the pros are. What do you benefit if you are able to commit yourself, have the time, find mentorship, as well as have a dedicated program that helps you to make this transition? So, what is my advice if you're looking to make this transition into tech sales in 2024? I think I would sum it up into the following things. I think that having mock interviews and mock sales calls are extremely important in building your character if you've never been in technology sales. I think that also having professional resume services and career development is extremely important for making this transition as well. And I think that 3, mentorship, where you have a hands-on approach or a coach who's able to coach you on sales methods, able to coach you on career development, able to coach you on deep technology concepts and how to position and articulate yourself not only to employers but to customers is extremely, extremely imperative in this space and if you are deciding to make this transition. So, now that I've said all that, if you are interested in breaking into tech sales in 2024, below, I recommend that you check out the Tech Level, which is an immersive program and boot camp, as well as a mentorship and career enablement service program. So what this program does is it not only gives you live practice with a coach every single week for about 90 minutes to 2 hours. It gives you tons of videos that allow you to go at your own pace. There are tons of other things such as workbooks and tests that they make you take to really help you immerse yourself. They teach you how to utilize AI skills. You know, this is an amazing, amazing boot camp. And I think that if you are interested in learning more about how the Tech Level can help you with this transition, be sure to check out the link below. Yeah, definitely check out the link below. If you utilize the link below, you'll get 10% off the program, which is amazing. They also have options like Afterpay. So starting for about $120 to $140, depending on the packages that you choose, you'll be able to make a small investment to have weekly coaching, a community, as well as live practice as you make this transition into this space. Another really cool thing is that the tech level has a love wall. So you can see all the people who are breaking in. They've recently had people get jobs at Square, Salesforce, and many other really big tech companies in this space. Let's check out a lot of the students' testimonials on how quickly they were able to get placed in their jobs and the support that they had as they made this transition. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that if you're considering tech sales in 2024, you definitely give it a shot. It has changed my life financially. It's given me the freedom to be able to make other investments, start other businesses, and have the skill sets that is necessary to really run and optimize my own personal business, as well as do great in sales at my job. So best of luck to you guys on your 2024 tech sales journey.